I looked at the bug right here, and Maggie was right here. And I go, ah! And then she goes, ah! 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 It's been a crazy year. It's been amazing. Wouldn't trade it for anything.
There's too many stories that I can't say.
Joy, what are you doing?
I know we were supposed to tell some like funny stories and whatnot, but I kind of feel like we were all going to remember those anyways.
Favorite color is blue.
The whole summer has been absolutely incredible. It's been so much fun to play in an ensemble with these guys and just throw down and have fun every single day.
Are you recording this?
Yeah.
I thought you were taking a picture.
No, I'm recording it.
Somehow in the end it always just ends up pretty good. So it's easily say I've had a good day almost every day of tour.
Blue Devils Front Ensemble 2011. I had no idea who Burt Bacharach was, but now I do. So I felt slightly honored to play all the nice piano music.
I can easily say, you know, that this will be the best ensemble and just group of people that I will ever have the chance to play with and perform with. The thing that I've liked the most about this group is just how humble we've been able to stay throughout the entire season, and just from instructors to judges to other people in the corps, other just anyone else from any other corps coming up to us and saying how amazing we are and how good everything has been. Everyone's constantly just been pushing from day one and striving to be the best, you know. So it's one thing that's definitely been able to set this group aside from any other front ensemble that I've been in the past couple of years. 1, 2.
Do I just talk? Yeah. Okay. So my favorite moment of the entire season would have to be the fact that the pit had some trouble with some housing in the beginning, and the majority of the pit ended up living at my house with me. You know, in my dining room, under my dining room table, in my living room, in my kitchen, and it was great because they got to meet my family, and it was just unforgettable. And it's now the pit's officially family.
Trust falling is no longer allowed in this front ensemble. During Memorial Day, we had a little incident where I decided to surprise trust fall onto Joy, which was a very, very bad idea because she's 3/4 of my size. Or I'm 3/4 larger than her, I guess. She's 1/4 of my size, that's what I was trying to say. And she decided to just push me off to the side, and I fell and hit the back of my head, cut open the back of my head, and had a huge blood mohawk for the next hour or so until I got cleaned up. So yeah, no more surprise trust falling. That's not allowed in the ensemble anymore.
That goes online, my professor will come.
So in San Diego, we got music changes, and in one of our movements, Woman, I got some new chime notes. And I was like, yay, new chime notes! And we were playing it, and we were going through it, and I was playing my part. There's this one thing called a rake, and I hit it, whatever. And Brian Dinkle, our tech, he completely stopped. He's like, Monica, can I hear your part real quick? And I was like, sure. He's like, Monica, that's not what that is. And we're like, what is it, a rake? I didn't know what a rake meant. I thought it meant rake up, like pedal up. This is a rake. And Jim Wunderlich called from across the school and asked what that was. I have blonde moments. So that's my rake story.
couldn't feel better about this section. Like, honestly, this is probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life. Just like, we're all really close. It's like a close-knit group. Everyone gets along really well, and we play together really well, and it's just a real hype just to be able to be a part of it, I guess.
Vibe section, I go underneath, and every time since I pull things out, I start making up songs about Phil, the only guy out in the vibe section. Phil's in love with the stripper. Phil wants Maggie to know he can't get her out of his head. Will you love Phil in the morning? Morning.
Seriously? Seriously?
He's mad. And those are my songs. Well, there's another one, but I am not allowed to sing it anymore.
Out of like 9 years, it's probably one of the most successful and talented group of people. Definitely being in like this section of the Corps is like way different perspective on things, because I have much more respect for pits now. Not only is it like laid back, but the overall vibe is way different than the drum line. You know, it's way less yelling at each other, and Hector's probably, you know, one of the best people. He's definitely the best section leader I've ever had in about 9 years.
So when we unload the truck and pretty much all the other times, staff likes to ask like a ton of questions. So we're going I'm a curious person. We're going to simulate this for you now, what my day is like all the time. Maggie, do you know what's the first one? Maggie, what's lunch? Maggie, where are we setting up? Hey, Maggie, should we grab tarps? And then Maggie's always like, yeah. The worst day was when she asked me how old the school we were staying at was, and I was just like, yeah, because you know I've been here before, like all the time.
You guys have all changed my life so much that it's like I have something basically to say to every single one of you guys. Dear Phil, I truly cherish the memories we have made together. From day one, I know we were going to come out being close friends. I can't wait to see you in the future. You are seriously going to make a great teacher someday. Dear Maggie, you really are a hero in my eyes. We were really lucky to have you this summer. Watching you grow as a leader was amazing. I still can learn a lot from you. The future holds great things, and I can't wait to see where it takes you. Dear Diane, I don't know if I can really say this, but in a good way, your achievement level is actually terrifying. While we were kicking it in your living room, watching movies and making guacamole, you were studying your butt off working on finals. In addition, you always had your playing on lock. I strive to be like this every day now because people like you inspire me by making me feel like I'm not working hard enough. That being said, you always put me in a great mood. Dear Joy, your playing and performing is something that pushed my limits this summer. You move behind your instrument like you were just going for a walk in the park. I really admire people who can make it look as easy as you. Hanging out on our free days was the best way I could have ever imagined spending our time. You really taught me how to find humor in things that are not funny at all. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to go wash out your water bottle as soon as I'm done here. I have it right here. Dear Amir, I really enjoy watching you throw down. It's really cool to see your personality come out in your playing. I also truly admire your nerves of steel. I can't wait for 10 years from now. You are going to make it big. Many times, you were the life of the pit. We laughed really hard. It was truly an honor to throw down with such a creative and tremendous musician such as yourself. Dear Kinsey, we have had some really fun times. You seriously are one of the nicest people in this pit. I can always see that your heart is in the right place. You add so much to this ensemble that I can't even really explain it. I really look up to your hard work and your positive attitude. People don't realize the amount of responsibility and talent it takes to do what you do. Keep it up, kid. I look forward to bringing you Gatorade and snacks next season. Dear Matt, I can't believe it will be our last drum corps show today. You and I are very blessed to go out like this. This has been the best summer of my life. I picture us as two old farts someday sitting in the stands watching the Colts and of course the Blue Devils. We must make this happen. Thank you for everything, buddy. Dear Katrina, I've never grown so close to a person on tour. After getting to know each other, we came to the conclusion that there really is a way to still spend time after tour and share the gift of music together. Your ability to let go of everything and let your heart do the talking through your playing is like nothing I've ever seen in this activity. Truly inspiring and brilliant. Dear Hector, I'll be honest with you, when I first came here, I was truly intimidated by you. Eventually, the intimidation turned into inspiration. You are seriously one of the most talented marimba players I've ever marched with. It's been such an honor to say that I got to play and age out with you this summer. Some great times were made, including you making fun of the way I say ramen, Yamaha, and anything else I say with a Midwest accent. I can't wait to kick it with you and Matt in SoCal someday. Dear Michael, let me just say you are the funniest person in this whole drum corps. Every group needs a person like you. So many times I would be down and you could easily pick it back up by being yourself. You are great at what you do. You are a great performer and a great person off the field. I'm going to miss you a lot. Dear staff, let me start by saying that I'm so proud of you and all you have done. I can't say I've really ever seen someone come as far as you have. Thank you for letting me stand in front of you in sectionals. What an honor it was to work with such a talented vibe line. I'm going to miss the moments and interactions we have in this show, such as measure 29 of prayer, measure 39 of prayer, and measure 9 of woman. You know the one. Keep up the character and continue to work hard. Hold your head high because you have something to really be proud of. Dear Monica, I regret waiting so long to get to know you. The morning we went to Starbucks, I will never forget. It was very enlightening to talk with you and discuss some really deep thoughts and some silly thoughts. I find you a very strong-willed person who really wants the best for everyone. This is one little thing that speaks volumes about you. Your hands improved drastically this summer, and you should feel very proud. I couldn't imagine aging out anywhere else with any other people. Seriously, you guys have completely changed my life, and I'm gonna miss you guys more than I've ever missed anybody in my entire life.
Joy needed a brush. So she looked at my shirt and saw that there was a pocket in my shirt. And so she pulled the pocket back and asked me, "You have brush?" Joy, being a fob, didn't realize that she said brush. She thought she said brush. Of course, I heard brush right away. So for about 3 weeks, I was asking her if she had brush. And she laughed, ha ha ha. She didn't realize that I said brush. Now one day, once again, we were loading the rider, and Joy asked me, "Why are you saying brush?" And I told her that I'd been saying brush for 3 weeks.
Somehow we were like, oh, let's roll the R. So I turned to, "Yeah, brush." So then we decided that
Joy actually sounded like a fobby Russian. not just a fog. 2 weeks go by, we're still asking each other if we have brush. And then Joy, with a sudden burst of inspired, youthful energy, starts singing about the brush.
I became the foggy Russian ghost.
You like
that
to
was
demonstrate?
So,
I'll do it with
yeah,
you.
1, 2, 3. You have brush! So I turned into that. Right after we unloaded, I had my hair braided on one side.
I said she looked like Sacagawea. But being politically correct, we got back to our 7th and 5th grade history classes when our teachers were telling us that her name wasn't actually Sacagawea, that it quite possibly was Sagagawea.
So therefore, I became the foggy Russian ghost of Sagagawea. One of the brakes broke on the marimba, and we said, "Oh look, the brakes are broken!"
What is your real name?
Matthew Adrian Hernandez.
What happened to Juniper?
I love breaking this news to you that I had you believe this the entire season. I had her believe that my real name was Matthias Juniper Hernandez IV the entire season, and she believed it. And she believed it.
I even wrote it on his birthday card.
She did. We were stretching the last day we were at Middle Tennessee for the Murfreesboro show or whatever. And we're stretching out on the field, and I go to put my shoes on after we stretch, and there's a bunch of turf monkeys, like turf turds in my shoes, right? And I blame Michael Bingham because he was right next to me, and then he said he didn't do it, and then I poured him out, and I'm like, all right, I'll get you back. So the entire ensemble rehearsal, I was collecting turf turds from Middle Tennessee's field, and I filled an entire 32-ounce Gatorade bottle full of turf turds, and I emptied them out in his shoes at Fort Mill, South Carolina. Needless to say, it was one of the best moments of my life.
Oh, there's too many moments to be able to pick just one.
I think today. Today's my favorite day.
What is today?
Today is semifinals. And we get Asian candy. Lots of Asian candy. Yay!
No. Right? This right here, this Oseme right here, this is my favorite snack all tour. It just happened like a minute ago, but it's my favorite snack all tour.
Oh, it's so good.
I've been missing this.
I'd definitely say the I&E day was the most memorable. Just all the preparation that, like, Kat, Hector, Aaron, Matt, me, the drum line, whatever place they got, it doesn't even matter. Like, that day really showed how ridiculously talented those people are. So are the rest of the pit. I mean, they all impressed me. What are you laughing at? Stupid.
Oh, the weather, it's rained almost every day. I counted, we've had 6 shows, and then about every other rehearsal day has been rained on. So our tarps are kind of like our best friends.
Dude, that was the most bad ending when Andrew was like, "Come on, this house," and all the cymbals in the pit were just splashing water.
Best weather, I think, was in New Jersey. New Jersey was really nice, even though I did not get to see a wild snooki in its native habitat, which I am still mad about. But New Jersey was quite nice. I think that was the best weather.
It was incredible. I'm surprised. I only cried a little bit, but it was good.
1, 2, 3.
Sounds about, keep it.